Hello and welcome to Poori.Academy. This is Pooria, and today we're going to learn how to make our first Chrome extension. Now, Chrome extensions are really fun because they give us the ability to run our ideas everywhere. But since the patterns are different from making a normal website, it can make your experience go from jamming with your Spotify playlist to destroying your keyboard out of frustration really fast. And today we're going to prevent that. Now, Chrome extensions include three main components, which is the pop-up screen, the content script, and the background. They may look similar in the beginning, but don't worry, we're going to go through them one at a time and explain them at depth. First is the pop-up. This is basically what you see when you click on a Chrome extension, and this is what pops up on the top of your Chrome browser. Next is the background script, and as the name implies, this is something that sits in the background and runs anything that you want, such as constant checks, constant communication with the server. And the reason that you may want to use something like that is that when you have a pop-up script inside your pop-up HTML, when you close that pop-up, the Windows is closed and the script is not running. So if you want something to be done constantly, you need to use the background script. Now, after you get all the information from the user through the pop-up screen and do all your checks through the background, you have all the information that you need to give the user the best experience that they want through the content script. This is the script that is actually ran on other people's website. This is what people use for their Chrome extensions so that they can have a logic that can be ran through multiple websites. And even though it may look like that it's not doing much, it is the final step that you need to take. Now that we have all the information that we need, we can start with the code. Now, our Chrome extension for today is something that prevents you from being too much motivated, but at the same time, if you feel down, you can go in and click a button so that it motivates you. It should be really straightforward, so let's get to it. We start the manifest file with the version, and then continue with the name, and then the description, the version of the app, and the icon. Then we add the pop-up info, and the content script, which includes the logic for other people's websites. And then we add the address for the logic that always runs in the background. Next step is the permissions. And the final step is to list the scripts that we want to use in our code. Okay, so we have our own JavaScript and two sample JavaScripts from Google and Stripe. These are some scripts that you might use in your future projects, but we are not using them today. Now let's continue with the pop-up HTML. We start by making sure that the pop-up has a certain width and height, and then making sure that the scroll bar is always hidden. Then we continue by showing the prompt to the user and giving them a button to get their daily dose of motivation. Then we continue to the actual logic, the JavaScript logic, and there we just have to send a message. Now, those of you who have done anything with Ionic or React Native might be kind of familiar with this. This is basically sending a message so that another environment, which in this case will be the content script, can get that message. Please note that the content script does not have the same DOM and is not running in the same environment, so we do have to send a message. I do have a library that acts as a workaround around this, and if you're interested, please let me know in the comments down below. Now we're going to send a message through the background as well. The reason that we're doing this is that we want to show an image to the user whenever they log into a new website, and after a couple of seconds that they've used their motivational picture so that they don't get too much motivated. Now this can be done only through the background because it's a process that needs to be done all the time because it is a check, and as I told you before, processes that need to check things usually reside in the background. And now it's time for the long-awaited content script. Here we just check the messages that we sent before and see which image we should show to the user, and basically add a couple logs just in case to see what's going on. Next, go to extension settings in your Chromium-based browser, load the developer mode, and load the unpacked package, which is your coding folder, and turn on the Chrome, and then go to Google.
Are you ready, kids?
Aye, aye, Captain!
I can't hear you!
Aye, aye, Captain!
Oh!
Sorry to cut you off just before the good part started, but we just saw our Chrome extension in action, and congratulations, you just made your first Chrome extension. You can now share it with your friends, but there is a little detail that we need to talk about beforehand. Now, you might have seen this error in your Chrome extensions tab, and there's nothing to be worried about. The only reason that you're seeing this is that we're sending the messages through all tabs, but through our permissions, we are not listening to those messages in all the tabs. You're only listening to them on Google tabs. Now, you can go and read the docs on how messages work, and I really suggest that you do so that you can send them only to the tabs that you want, but that is outside the scope of this video. But if you were interested, please let me know and I'll make sure to make a video about it. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe and hit that bell button. This is my first video on YouTube, and I'm gonna be posting more videos like this about all topics that you guys like in the future.